Alright, guys, I'm cooked. We have new mission. Best 3 iconic scenes from Soul Leveling Arise. And we're gonna get Skill Rune Chest times 3 with Mana Imbued Fabric. And by the way, good job to Soul Leveling Arise because they added more missions here. Meaning we can expect more rewards this season. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 missions and 3 bonus missions. And we're gonna be able to get another 500k gold if we produce 30 or more content this season. But anyway, I don't know how to do this. I skipped everything in Solo Leveling Arise. I'll be honest, I skipped the story because I already read the manhwa, and so I did not bother reading or watching anything. But even the original SLA stories though, I haven't read them, like the one in the forums. So I'm not sure how to do this. The best original story exclusive in Solo Leveling Arise game. Oh fuck. I'm so stressed. Uh, I'm a story skipper in all of the games, like seriously. Except for, of course, like RPG games like The Witcher, things like those. I don't skip the story on those. Persona games, not sure if you guys play that, but I do like those games too. And then, or the best performance of Soul Leveling Arise selected by the creator. Do they mean like the great things they did? Like we have to like specify 3 of the good things they did? I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. So I think we can just like do this real quick just for the sake of getting the codes, right? Oh fuck this mission. Best 3 iconic scenes. What the fuck is that? Yeah, I can't remember. Sorry, guys. All right, but anyway, let's just talk about the best performance. So yeah, while doing my dailies, let's just talk about that because I just logged in and I haven't done my dailies yet, so I have to do some gates. So let's try to get some skill missions here first. So yeah, I think some of the best things that they did. Firstly, of course, when it comes to content, they are very very fast when it comes to like updating the content, and sometimes actually it feels like, I know there has been like a few weeks of downtime, but if you try to compare that with other games that gets major updates only twice a year or 3 times a year, I feel like even especially for a hardcore player like me who likes to go in depth to whatever update that we're getting, like if there is a new weapon, if there's a new game mode, I have to spend a lot of time on those to enjoy those and also to do some research on those. So I feel like sometimes the update is even getting too fast, especially when it comes to the meta changes as well. So the pacing here in Soul Leveling Arise is, I think it's relatively fast compared to many other games in the mobile space at least. Although sometimes fast update is bad because it's gonna be difficult for others to catch up, but they're actually trying to solve that, and you can see that they're actually trying to do something about that. They're giving more rewards, so they did some updates, for example in the story mode. I think that they are trying their best to like give as much resources for catch up via events and via updates. We can see the improvements definitely, so that people can catch up, new players can catch up with the latest updates, and so that they can fast track their progress to the most recent update or game mode that's already available in the game. I think there are still a lot of issues, of course, that's not gonna go away, but I really believe that for the most part that they're doing well in that regard. Keep things fresh, meta changes, new units, new weapons, new game modes. However, that also has some problems, right? With regards to the quality assurance, the bugs fixings, and etc., the testings or the balancing included there. And because they are putting out content fast, of course, there is also a lot of risk in having more bugs or problems with it come along with it. But I think it's tolerable at least to this point. And yeah, they just have to double down on their quality assurance and maybe make some initiatives. For example, like they can add a testing program for people to, maybe for example content creators can access that in advance to do some testing for future game content, so that they can already give feedback For example, like the recent one, Thomas Andre bug, we learned about that like just a few days after release. If people have already figured that out in the testing environment, they can like give NDAs or like a very very rigorous process of application for testers. If people learned about that early, then there wouldn't have been any problems to it at all, because I was part of, like, for example, Tower of Fantasy. I was part of their content creator program as well. I played that game, and we did have test access, right? We did have test access there. But of course, there should be a disclaimer that it's like on a test build and the final product is going to be different. And there's only a certain number of days where in content creators can upload their videos, like a day or few days before the release of a unit, for example, or a game content, for example. So I think that would be a great idea for them as well. They can tap into, you know, the like the community initiative to help out, as well as in like finding bugs, things like those. But anyway, yeah, I think that's number one. In terms of content, like they have introduced a lot of content to some people, even like too much, especially for the casual or like the like just the average player here in the game, who not as hardcore as people like us. I think they have enough to keep people busy at least for a few weeks every after update. Yeah, and number two, I think they're also doing pretty well, and in connection to that, with regards to letting the community know about their plans through a roadmap. Okay, so some other games I played did not even have like a roadmap, and it sucks because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if they're even gonna update anything. So I think SLA releasing a roadmap, even though some of it were changed and some of the schedule was not followed, but at least we do know that there is something coming to the game. And at least, for example, in sometimes you feel like you're bored, but you saw that, oh, there will be a new content coming this May. Maybe I should stick around. So that kind of helps as well in that regard, because if we don't know what's coming, if we don't know what's happening, it makes people less engaged with the game, right? So I think that's very very important, and them releasing that roadmap means that they really do have plans. Although sometimes, and like many times, things don't go as planned, but it's fine. At least there is something, right? So that's very important as well to me. I remember that the recent games I played didn't have any like roadmap released, so you kind of don't know whether or not you should still feel invested or invest in the game. You're not just money, of course, just the time and the effort to make your character stronger, but roadmaps really help. And that's why I like games like Lost Ark, for example. When it was released, the devs always communicate what their plan is for this coming year, this coming month's quarter. And Solo Leveling Arise is doing that as well, pretty much. Of course, since this is a gacha game, they can't say everything, because that's how gachas work. You have something unexpected coming your way, and then you're gonna have to pull for it. But for the most part, you know what's coming. You know that there is game content coming. You just don't know the details. So at least there is some kind of anticipation, which is exciting, of course. And another thing, probably just lastly, although they can still improve a lot in this regard, like their live streams and their attempt to communicate with players, like the live stream developer notes. I really like that they're doing those, because at least we know that we're not just, because here's the thing, some of the games I played, they don't do that, and those are games that even like earn a lot more than like Solo Leveling Rise, total pay to win games. And sometimes you feel like they are just running the company or the games in autopilot, and they every month there is an update, they'll just post these updates, and that's it. You don't know who you're dealing with. There's no dev. You don't see them. Basically, they don't do live streams, even though they should have the capability to do so. So I really love that Solo Leveling is doing all those live streams and developer notes. And they do answer, of course. They do showcase what's coming. They do answer questions, although of course not all the questions are being answered, but at least the most important ones are at least getting addressed. So yeah, that's it for me. And how about you guys? What you guys like about the Solo Leveling Arise? What do you think are their best performance and their worst performance to date? What do you guys think? So I'm also curious to see how you guys see the game. So feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Right? See you in the next one.